How many great men and women of God, called and loved so passionately by God, who love God with all their heart, but they have not submitted themselves to the spiritual intelligence, accessing this grace to excel in life and ministry. I have met anointed men and women on earth. I am telling you, I have met anointed men and women in this nation, and I look at their life and I see their sincerity and passion for God. But I can look, and with uncanny precision, I can point the gaps, the absence of the graces in their lives that should work in synergy to produce an enviable destiny. One of them being favor. Many of you are very hardworking. You are sincere. You love the Lord. Many of us have seen our loved ones very hardworking. It is the absence of favor that has led to this statement: life is unfair. You hear people say so. Life is unfair. Are we together? I have seen the advantage and the blessings of carrying the grace for favor, and there is a disadvantage. There is a serious disadvantage if you do not carry favor. Let me be honest with you. In this life, I have discovered, and I keep discovering, as God helps me to advance in my life and God helps me in leadership and ministry, I have found out people really don't care about you. This is a very painful revelation. It takes a long time usually for people. People don't care about you at all. They are passionately obsessed with making a meaning out of their own lives. So whatever will make them leave their own affairs and zoom their attention to you has to be divine. Listen, most of us have this superstitious idea that just because I love God, everybody will shut down on their destinies and just pay attention to me. No, sir. Apostle, the other day I sat in church and someone was looking at me and smiling. My brother, as he was looking at you, he was thinking about something else. I can almost tell you, you are not the one he was looking at. I'm not being sarcastic. Have you seen people talk and walk and you think they are talking to you, but they are talking about themselves? How is this rent going to come? He says, sorry, I'm not talking to you. I'm discussing something serious. Listen, do you know why I'm teaching you this? It's not just to laugh and to scorn. If it is true that your success does not just depend the dynamics of the manifestation now, is God in partnership to men to make it happen, and these men are currently distracted pursuing their own destinies, then what do you think will make those men to leave whatever it is and then turn to you and give you dedicated investment of their time, dedicated investment of their resources, dedicated investment of their energy, allow you to climb and leverage upon them? I was preaching, come Sam, I was preaching years ago, and a man of God preached before me, and he shared a story that I found very, very powerful. Pay attention to the story. This is what he said: that there was a senior advocate, I think in this country or so, or around the world, very senior legal practitioner, very wealthy, very successful, influential, one whose name is a key. You know, names can be two things: keys or padlocks. But this one, his name is a key. And there was this young lawyer who had tried to set up his firm. It failed. Very sincere, smart gentleman. Watch this. And he was really frustrated. And he went to God in prayer and said, Lord, change my life. Things have to change. And every time he would stand, he would see some of these top clients, institutions running around to talk to that senior advocate, to help them, you know, in all kinds of legal services. And these people would be bidding for millions of dollars. And that gentleman felt life was so unfair. I'm just looking for a fraction of this thing. Look what they want to give this man, and he's leaving them. And what kind of thing is this? When God wanted to help that gentleman, this is what happened. In the presence, I think they were at a conference, and there were several people, businessmen, billionaires, other lawyers, the captains of industry. And this young man came and cried and said, sir, please help me. Please change my life. And the man said, okay, I will help you. And he said, follow me. And he came out of the veranda and everybody was looking at him. Oh, this is that our senior advocate. What is he doing with this guy? Then he began to talk with him. So how are you? How is your wife? I said, sir, that's not the issue. He said, just talk to me. And they were walking together. How are you? Are you eating well? Are you taking care? And he was angry. He was saying, sir, the issue is that I'm hungry. And the man said he walked with him. And when he walked with him, he got into his office and said, if you still fail, don't come to my office again. Listen, listen. Do you know what he was doing? People were saying, who is this man? Please sit down. Sit down and learn. You are in the house of God. The gentleman came out, true story. He was about to look for a bike to go home. And someone stopped him and said, sorry, I saw you with this man. Listen. He did not even ask him if he was ill. He said, sorry, we've been trying to get him to negotiate a deal for us, but our rate, can we work with you? And he mentioned a rate that was a breakthrough. And the gentleman was wise to compose himself. Listen, true story. The moment he did that, God granted him grace, called some of his partners and worked together. And within a year, this gentleman got a gift and went back to the office of that senior advocate. He knelt down and said, thank you for changing my life. Then the senior advocate asked him, he said, do you know what happened to you? That's what I'm interested in. Keep your gift. You have to study what happened to you so that you will use it on others too. Favor is when an individual invests his credibility on you. Listen carefully. Who likes you in this kingdom matters. For many of us, we live in a world where the only thing we know is money. Once money is not in front of you, you don't care about any other thing again. If they keep money and they keep men, you will carry money and it will finish and you will go back to square one. There are 7 currencies that we use to purchase realities in this kingdom. Everything is bought. There are 7 currencies. The least of them is money. I pray for you, Koinonia, from the depth of my heart. May you never be so poor that the only thing you have is money. Let me pray that prayer again. And I say it with every sense of responsibility. May you never be so poor that the only thing you have is money in your ATM. Listen down. There are superior currencies. Money itself, you see, we have a series on finances coming, but money itself, you see, is a product. There is a capital that buys it. The name of the capital that buys money is what the Bible calls true riches. Money itself is a product. Are you getting what I'm teaching you now? Yes. If I want to buy this Bible, come, lift this up. If you want to buy this Bible, will you be offended if I bring out money just to use? Okay, watch this. Please watch this. This, for instance, this is a $100 bill. Lift it up. Watch this. If, let's assume this is $100. People are following from around the world, so we're using something universal. If you want to buy this product, you need this. Is that true? So that means if I give you this, you start smiling because this is already a victim of the abundance of this. But if you want to buy this, what do you use? Because this is also a product. What do you use to buy this? Money buys this. But what if it is money you want to buy itself? What do you use to buy it? The one who is wealthy is not the one who has this. The one who is wealthy is one who has the capital that buys this. I've made up my mind to go God's way for the rest of my life. I've made up my mind. You know, many people believe that preachers are unintelligent people, and when it has to do with salvation alone, that they have something to say. When it has to do with the matters that help people to excel and live a victorious Christian life while serving the purposes of the kingdom with dignity and honor, most people believe the house of God is not the go-to place. It's a wrong narrative, and I hope that by these meetings God is using it to, he's changing our minds. The church is not a nuisance to civilization. Please understand this. Not every man of God is moving around trying to look for money and manipulate people. There are people who fear God sincerely and intend to be contributors to nation building. Are you learning? Thank you. Thank you. Now listen, pay attention. Favor. One person, write this down please. One person can be used by God to open 100 doors of opportunity for you. One man can be used by God. Remember, God has to be in the equation.